Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to take a moment, just a moment, and think about something. Think about that one bad habit. That one thing you've been doing for years, maybe decades, that has held you back from reaching your true potential. I want you to know this. That habit doesn't define you. It doesn't determine your destiny. You have the power, the strength, and the ability to break free. Now, I know some of you are sitting there thinking, but Les, I've tried before and I failed. Let me tell you something, my friends. It's not about how many times you fall. It's about how many times you get back up. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. You see, breaking a bad habit isn't easy. It's not supposed to be. But I'm here to tell you it's not impossible. You were born to win, and in order to win, you've got to be willing to break the chains that are holding you down. Today, we're going to talk about how you can do that. So get ready, because the rest of your life starts now. To break a bad habit, the first step is to acknowledge it. This means being honest with yourself about the habits that are holding you back, the patterns that you've been repeating, and the consequences they brought into your life. It's easy to ignore or deny certain behaviors, especially when they've been part of your routine for so long. But until you bring them into the light of awareness, you can't truly begin to change. The truth is, acknowledging a bad habit requires courage. It takes strength to face the reality that something you've been doing regularly is actually hurting you. This doesn't mean judging or criticizing yourself, but rather recognizing that these habits have become a part of your life, perhaps without you even realizing it. For some, a bad habit might be procrastination. For others, it could be negative self-talk, or maybe it's an unhealthy lifestyle choice. No matter what it is, you have to see it for what it is, an obstacle standing between you and your goals, between you and the person you want to become. Acknowledging the habit also means accepting that change is necessary. It's not enough to just be aware of the issue. You have to embrace the fact that breaking the habit is a journey that will require effort, persistence, and self-compassion. It's about understanding that the habit has served a purpose at some point, but now it's time to let go of it and replace it with healthier choices. By acknowledging your bad habits, you take the first step toward reclaiming control of your life. It's a powerful moment because it signifies that you are ready to make a shift and start taking responsibility for your own growth. Understanding the root cause of a bad habit is crucial if you want to break it. A habit doesn't form in isolation. It's often the result of deeper underlying factors. Without addressing these factors, simply trying to change the behavior won't lead to lasting transformation. Bad habits are often the product of emotional triggers, past experiences, or unmet needs. For example, you may find yourself overeating when stressed because food provides temporary comfort. Or you might procrastinate due to a fear of failure, believing that delaying work somehow shields you from potential disappointment. These deeper causes often go unnoticed, but they drive the habit in ways that can be difficult to recognize on the surface. To uncover the root cause, you must ask yourself tough questions. What emotions trigger the habit? Are there specific situations or people that seem to lead to this behavior? Sometimes habits form as coping mechanisms to deal with pain, insecurity, or stress. They can be an attempt to manage feelings of anxiety, boredom, or a lack of self-worth. Often these behaviors were developed as ways to navigate difficult times, but they no longer serve their purpose once the initial triggers are removed or resolved. In some cases, a bad habit can be a response to a negative belief about yourself or the world around you. By digging into these deeper reasons, you can begin to break the cycle. Understanding the root cause allows you to address the underlying issues, rather than just focusing on the surface behavior. And once you gain clarity on why the habit exists, you're in a much better position to take effective action and replace it with healthier choices. This process helps you deal with the emotional and psychological layers that sustain the habit, making the path to change clearer and more achievable. Setting clear, achievable goals is essential when working to break bad habits. Without a clear target, the process of change can feel overwhelming, and it's easy to become discouraged or lose focus. Goals provide direction and purpose, acting as the roadmap that guides you through the process of transformation. The key to success is to break down larger goals into smaller, manageable steps that feel achievable. For example, if your goal is to stop smoking, instead of aiming to quit cold turkey, you might set a goal to reduce the number of cigarettes you smoke each day, gradually weaning yourself off the habit. This approach feels less daunting and helps build momentum as you experience progress. But to set clear goals, they need to be specific, measurable, and realistic. Vague goals like "I want to stop procrastinating" don't provide the clarity needed to stay on track. A more specific goal could be, "I will work for 30 minutes without interruption each morning." This is clear and measurable, making it easier to assess your progress. It's also important that the goals are achievable, meaning they should be challenging but not so difficult that they feel impossible. Setting a goal that is too ambitious can lead to frustration and burnout. Small incremental goals lead to steady progress and help maintain motivation. Additionally, it's vital to align your goals with the reasons you want to break the bad habit in the first place. When your goals are connected to your deeper values or long-term vision, they become more meaningful and easier to commit to. This alignment fuels your determination and helps you stay focused, especially when challenges arise. Replacing bad habits with positive actions is a critical step in the process of breaking old patterns. Habits don't disappear on their own. They must be replaced with healthier, more productive behaviors. The brain is wired to seek out patterns, so when you stop a bad habit, your mind will naturally look for something to replace it. If you don't consciously choose a new positive action, you might fall back into the old routine, even without realizing it. The goal isn't just to stop a negative behavior, but to fill that void with something constructive that aligns with your goals and values. Start by identifying a positive action that directly counteracts the bad habit. For instance, if you have a habit of checking your phone first thing in the morning, replace it with a more beneficial activity like stretching or journaling. If you're trying to break the habit of overeating, replace it with healthy snack options or a regular exercise routine that distracts you and helps relieve stress. The key is to choose actions that are easy to integrate into your daily routine so they don't feel like an additional burden or challenge. It's also important to make these positive actions rewarding. The brain responds to rewards, and it's this feedback loop that helps reinforce new habits. When you engage in a positive action and reward yourself, whether through a sense of accomplishment, a small treat, or simply taking a moment to acknowledge your effort, you create a cycle of motivation that strengthens the new habit. Over time, these positive actions will become the new default, and the bad habit will lose its power over you. Building a support system is one of the most powerful steps you can take when working to break bad habits. Trying to change on your own can be incredibly challenging, and the likelihood of success increases significantly when you have people around you who encourage, guide, and hold you accountable. A strong support system can offer the emotional boost you need during tough times, provide advice based on experience, and remind you of your progress when you feel discouraged. Start by reaching out to those who truly care about you, family members, friends, mentors, or colleagues who will genuinely support your growth. Let them know what you're trying to achieve and why it matters to you. Be open and honest about the struggles you might face and ask for their help in holding you accountable. For example, if you're working to quit smoking, ask a friend to check in with you regularly or to be your accountability partner during stressful situations when you might be tempted to relapse. Their support can be a reminder of your commitment to change and provide encouragement when your motivation wanes. In addition to personal support, consider joining groups or communities of like-minded individuals who are also working on breaking similar habits. This can be in the form of support groups, online forums, or social media communities. These groups create a sense of belonging where everyone shares their struggles, strategies, and successes. Not only does this provide motivation, but it helps you understand that you're not alone in your journey. Seeing others make progress and sharing their challenges can be both inspiring and reassuring, strengthening your resolve to continue working toward your goal. Staying patient and committed to the process is one of the most vital components in breaking a bad habit. Change doesn't happen overnight, and it often takes longer than we expect. It's easy to become discouraged when you don't see immediate results or when you encounter difficulties along the way. However, it's important to remember that lasting change requires time and consistent effort. The key is to trust the process, even when progress seems slow. The journey of breaking a habit is just that, a journey. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Patience is essential because breaking a bad habit often involves rewiring the brain, which is a gradual process. Old habits are deeply ingrained, and it can take weeks, even months, to fully replace them with healthier alternatives. During this time, you may experience setbacks or feel as though you're not making significant progress. However, it's crucial to remember that each small step forward is still progress. Each time you resist temptation, each day you make a healthier choice, you are moving closer to your goal. Staying committed to the process means showing up for yourself every day, even on the days when it feels difficult. There will be moments when you question whether it's worth it or when you feel like giving up, but it's in these moments that your commitment will make all the difference. To keep reminding yourself why you started this journey and remember the benefits that will come once you've successfully broken the habit. Staying patient and committed is not about perfection, it's about consistency and resilience. Even when the process feels slow or challenging, trust that every effort is a step toward the person you want to become. Learning from setbacks is an important part of breaking bad habits. When you're in the process of changing, setbacks are inevitable. You will stumble, you will make mistakes, and you will face moments where you feel like giving up. However, it's important to understand that these setbacks are not a reflection of your failure, but rather an opportunity for growth. Each setback is a chance to learn something new about yourself, your triggers, and the behaviors you're trying to change. Instead of letting a setback derail your progress or define your ability to succeed, view it as a lesson. For example, if you slip back into an old habit, take a step back and ask yourself what caused it. Was it stress, a specific situation, or a feeling of discomfort? Understanding the reason behind the setback allows you to develop strategies to avoid similar situations in the future. It also helps you identify patterns that you may not have noticed before. This self-awareness is crucial in building long-term success. Another important aspect of learning from setbacks is maintaining a growth mindset. Rather than seeing failure as a personal shortcoming, see it as part of the journey. Growth is rarely linear, and every step backward provides valuable insight into how to move forward more effectively. Treat yourself with compassion and avoid self-criticism. Perfection is not the goal, progress is. Every time you get back on track after a setback, you build resilience and reinforce your commitment to change. And remember, it's not the setback that defines you, but how you respond to it. When you focus on learning from your setbacks and adjusting your approach, you increase your chances of success in breaking the habit for good. Focusing on the long-term benefits is essential when working to break a bad habit. It's easy to become fixated on immediate rewards or quick fixes, but real change requires a shift in mindset toward what you stand to gain over time. Breaking a habit may be difficult in the short term, and the process might feel uncomfortable or challenging, but the long-term rewards far outweigh the temporary discomfort. Focusing on these future benefits helps you stay motivated when you face obstacles or moments of doubt. When you focus on long-term benefits, you're not just thinking about the immediate gratification of giving up a bad habit, but about the larger impact it will have on your life. For example, if you're trying to quit smoking, the long-term benefits include better health, increased energy, and a longer lifespan. These outcomes might seem distant when you're tempted to smoke, but reminding yourself of the positive changes that will come from breaking the habit can help you push through the urge to revert back to old patterns. This forward-thinking mindset also helps you build patience and resilience. Often breaking a bad habit requires sustained effort, and without focusing on the long-term vision, it's easy to become discouraged when change doesn't happen as quickly as you want. By keeping the bigger picture in mind, you can navigate through the setbacks with more grace and determination. Long-term benefits are also a reminder that the journey is worth it. Every time you resist the temptation or make a healthier choice, you're not just building a new habit, but creating a better future for yourself. The more you align your efforts with these long-term goals, the more successful you will be in transforming your life. Practicing self-discipline and consistency is key to breaking bad habits and replacing them with healthier behaviors. The process of changing a habit requires effort, and it's easy to get distracted or discouraged, especially in the early stages. Self-discipline allows you to stay on track even when motivation wanes. It's about making a commitment to your goals and sticking to it regardless of the challenges you might face. But with self-discipline, you set boundaries for yourself and prioritize actions that align with your long-term objectives rather than giving in to momentary urges or temptations. The consistency is equally important because habits don't change overnight. It's the repeated actions done day in and day out that lead to real transformation. Whether it's taking 5 minutes to meditate every morning or exercising every day after work, the power of consistency lies in its ability to compound. Over time, small, consistent actions will start to feel natural, and the new behavior will become part of your routine. It's important to remember that self-discipline and consistency aren't about perfection. There will be times when you slip up or fall back into the old habit, but it's how you respond to those moments that matter. Instead of getting discouraged and giving up, practice self-compassion and get back on track. The more consistent you are in your efforts, the easier it becomes to maintain progress, even when setbacks occur. This mindset builds resilience, helping you bounce back stronger and stay committed to your goal of breaking the bad habit. Self-discipline, combined with consistency, creates momentum that propels you toward lasting change and the person you want to become. Tracking your progress daily is a crucial element in breaking bad habits. When you monitor your behavior regularly, you gain clarity on how far you've come, where you're struggling, and what needs to be adjusted. It's easy to lose sight of progress when you're caught up in the day-to-day, but seeing small victories accumulate can significantly boost your motivation. Tracking gives you concrete evidence of your success, making it easier to stay focused and committed to your goals. Start by keeping a simple journal or using an app to track your habits. Each day, note whether you successfully avoided the bad habit or engaged in the positive behavior you're replacing it with. This daily record helps you stay accountable to yourself and provides a clear picture of your journey. If you fall off track one day, it's important to be honest in your tracking without judgment. This way, you can identify patterns like certain triggers or times of day when you're more likely to relapse, allowing you to make adjustments and prepare for those moments in the future. In addition to tracking the behavior itself, record how you're feeling emotionally and mentally. Often, bad habits are linked to underlying emotions such as stress, boredom, or anxiety. By tracking your mood and emotions, you can identify what's driving the habit and find alternative ways to cope or react. For example, if you're trying to stop procrastinating and you notice you procrastinate more when you feel overwhelmed, you can focus on stress management techniques to reduce that feeling and prevent procrastination. Daily tracking also allows you to celebrate small wins, reinforcing the positive changes you're making. Recognizing even the smallest steps forward keeps you motivated and focused on the bigger picture. In conclusion, breaking a bad habit is not an easy task, but it is absolutely possible with the right mindset and approach. It begins with acknowledging the habit and understanding the root cause, allowing you to replace it with positive actions that align with your goals. Setting clear, achievable goals and building a strong support system gives you the structure and encouragement needed to stay on track. Tracking your progress daily keeps you motivated and focused, while practicing self-discipline and consistency ensures that the changes you make are sustainable. Focusing on the long-term benefits helps you stay patient and committed to the process even when challenges arise. And most importantly, remember that setbacks are not failures, they are opportunities to learn and grow. This journey isn't about perfection, it's about progress. It's about taking one step at a time, staying committed to your vision, and trusting that the hard work you put in today will lead to the future you've always wanted. You have the power to change, and by following these principles, you will break free from the habits that hold you back and build the life you deserve. Keep going, stay strong, and know that the best version of yourself is waiting on the other side of this journey.